No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago.
Everyone, welcome to Nature's Shadow. Today, we're diving into a topic that's sparking intense conversations everywhere. Donald Trump's executive order made during his inauguration ceremony to officially recognize only two genders, male and female.
Policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Opinions are flying on both sides of the debate, so let's break it down and see what people are saying. First, let's set the stage. During his speech, Trump stated that this policy aims to reaffirm biological truth and ensure clarity in legal and administrative processes.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Immediately, this decision sent shockwaves across social media and news outlets. Supporters of the move are hailing it as a step toward preserving traditional values and ensuring legal consistency. Many argue it simplifies policies in education, healthcare, and sports. Here's what some had to say.
Can we do this in Canada? I know a blue-haired she-they who's big mad about this. I find it wild that we took this stuff seriously to begin with, especially our institutions who supposedly value science. This stuff is rampant in Canada. It's like a state-enforced gender religion, and they teach it to our kids in school as if it's a legitimate thing, and they don't even allow you to opt out of it. It's like we're living in a gender theocracy. I just had a baby, and when I was ordering his birth certificate, there was an option to just not choose a gender at all. You know, just in case he wants to choose it for himself. Because when babies are born, we don't really know what their gender is. We just assign them one, right? We don't know what it is until they tell us. Science. And when I was registering him at the hospital, the section that I had to fill out for my husband and myself allowed us to choose X as a gender. Because that's real. Last I checked, in order for people to even make a baby, you need a male and a female. There are no other choices that work for that. It's also wild to me that it's even legal for people to change their birth certificates. We are effectively allowing people to straight up lie about who they are. I just find this stuff extra concerning because it's not real and it's rather authoritarian. This is one of the only things that you, for some reason, cannot criticize. Just me saying this stuff out loud on here is breaking rules. We are basically forcing people to say 2 + 2 = 5, which I find very concerning. I'm just like, what's the next thing we're going to be okay with? What's the next thing we're going to force people to comply with?
This is the main reason I supported Trump. It has been madness. Common sense thrown out of the window. Hope other confused countries follow. Hi, I'm Danielle. I support Trump like I support my coffee. Strong and unapologetic. I back our military, believe there are only two genders, and I'm raising the next generation of awesome girls. Here for laughs, love, and liberty. I would have a hard-on right now listening to Trump's speech if I could get one. But as Trump made clear, there are only two genders, and I am 100% female. Still on Trump's inauguration. As president, Trump is not my cup of tea considering how he denigrates non-whites, but on gender controversy, there can only be two, man and woman, nothing in between. So I stand with him, a little to the left, a little to the right. For these individuals, the move feels like a win for what they see as biological reality and societal stability. But not everyone agrees. Critics argue that this order erases the identities of transgender and non-binary individuals, pushing back years of progress on LGBTQ+ rights. Protests erupted across the country, with many calling the move harmful and discriminatory.
It sounds like we're going very, very backwards. And for it to be 2025, we haven't really gone that far forward. So I'm terrified. You know, in my lifetime, I saw gay marriage legalized. Every right. I can see all of them being repealed, and a lot of people in danger.
Like, people died today, and we need to remember that, because that is huge. These announcements and these policy changes really affect people on a deep level that I don't think most cisgender people understand.
I wish I was surprised, but I mean, the hostility that not just this incoming administration has, but honestly this country has had for gender nonconforming folks and trans folks is systemic. Like, it really didn't surprise me, but it did absolutely, piss me off and upset me.
For Trump to get a standing ovation, basically, when he is declaring so boldly and wrongly that there are only two genders in America, is deplorable. And I swear on everything, if I hear anyone saying anything about trans folks around me or in the vicinity, the Southern is going to come out of me really quick.
This video is for the LGBTQ plus community, and if you're not a part of the LGBTQ plus community like myself, stay anyways, because you might have friends and family members that you need to pass this video on to. Book a flight and move to the UK. Just pack a bag. We don't give a fuck what you put in it. Get a plane ticket, hop on a flight, and come to the UK. We got 4 countries over here. We got England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. You can pick wherever you want to go, But pack your bags and come. Because unlike that Cheeto in power, we don't have no problems with you guys. You guys are accepted over here. We don't have no type of problems. And I'm not going to sit on here and act like, because we're not a perfect nation. There are some ignorant cunts. But as a whole, we're actually good people, So pack your bags and just move to England. I must warn you, it's a little cold. It's a little grey. It can be a little depressing sometimes. But, at least we like you niggas over here. And I promise you, you're going to be okay here because our prime minister don't have time, to go and put legislation in place that's going to take us back to the 1500s, They don't have time to be making legislation that's going to come out here and invalidate your gender and identity. So come on over to England, book a ticket and come. Because cousins, we over here in the UK are tired too on your behalf. Book a flight and move to the United Kingdom indefinitely. We look forward to hosting you. Good night.
Let me make one final plea. Mr. President, in the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives.
These voices highlight concerns over exclusion and the potential real-world harm this order might bring to vulnerable communities. So here we are. On one side, you've got those who believe this is about restoring clarity and tradition. On the other, you've got advocates fighting for recognition and equality for all genders. It's a battle of perspectives, values, and definitions. Personally, I think it's crucial to listen to both sides and understand where people are coming from. But policies like this have real impacts on real people, and we can't ignore the stories of those affected. What do you think? Do you see this as a necessary step or a step backward? Let's discuss in the comments below. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon for more reactions and deep dives. Let's keep the conversation buzzing.